Good morning. Good morning. There's a dog. I'm on the highway. There's a dog walking, and you just know what's going to end up happening. Oh, my goodness. But more importantly, it don't need to happen nowhere by me because I really don't have time. Oh, poor dog. Literally with us. I want somebody to try to get him, but I'm sure he's going to run. Maybe somebody will stop and try to help him out, to redirect him or something. That is so sad. Oh, that's really making me sad. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Today's Wednesday, December 3rd. Look, I'm sweating the dog so bad right now. Like, oh my God, just because you already know. And he's so cute. It's so sad. It's so sad because he's coming onto the highway with us. Like, he's not going to make it. He's not going to be able to make it unless somebody gets him. Because it's about to be 18 lanes. And right now he's trying to merge on. I'm trying to merge into the highway, and the dog is about to merge onto the highway. And so, for the people that don't see the dog, somebody is getting ready to get into an accident. Damn. Uh-oh. Okay. Look, y'all gotta watch. Y'all watching me watch the dog, cause I gotta hurry up and get onto the highway before he. Oh no. Okay, yeah. This is a better place for you to try to go, Sparky. Try to cross over. Help him cross over. Okay, so now he's on the right-hand side, but if he, anyway, good morning, okay, because, yeah. I'm about to go pay the $5 right now. And what's today, Wednesday, yeah, so I'm about to do that. First of all, I know I talked about that Diddy documentary that 50 Cent produced. 4 episodes on Netflix. It came out yesterday. From what I heard, they said Diddy's lawyers are going to try to send a cease and desist letter to try to get them to stop, I guess, playing it. It's already been released, and I watched it. I watched it last night. I cried. And I cried the way that they built up how Tupac died, how Biggie died. It just hurt me. It reminded me of a time, how old was I? I was 18 or 19 when they both got killed. I was a freshman in college when they both got killed. Damn. And it hurt. It really hurt me. I was just like, Dad, because I remember when they got killed in college. I was just like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I literally came out of my dorm room to see if anybody else was understanding. And of course, me coming straight from New York and to college, I definitely was like a fish out of water. Definitely like not feeling being down south, but that's another story. But when Biggie died, I definitely was like, what? Because didn't Tupac just died like 6 or 7 months before that? So I was just like, what the hell is going on? I was so upset as a freshman, and then it just like brought me back literally. Like I was transported at the time for all the stuff that went down, all the things that we were hearing, how the West Coast was beefing, and just, the way that people are telling their stories in this documentary is just, damn. You know what I mean? Like, wow. It's unfortunate, you know what I mean, how They talked about how, you know, Diddy's parents and how they was partying and how he came up and things like that. And, you know, I'm sure that is a huge contributing factor to how he is, who he is, you know, who he was, who he thought he was, and all of those things. It was just really an interesting documentary. Now, the other one that came out, I didn't watch, but I did watch this one. And I said, let me hurry up, because I had heard that they might send cease and desist. They said they were going to do that. So last night I made it a point to watch it. That hurt. So I'm just going to warn you, if you watch it, you might feel a little bit, you know, you might get a little bit emotional about all of the things, because the people that were telling their stories about what happened, who did what, who pulled the trigger on who, it's like, we know anybody can lie about things, but it just felt like it was true. It just felt like it was true. It was, you know how when on Power, when Kanan was talking to Tariq, and he was like, whatever they said he did that shit. That's what it felt like was happening for this. That's the way, to me, that's the way this documentary was produced. Like, whatever they said he did that shit. That's what I got out of it. I was like, oh my God, it hurt me, y'all. So I'm just letting y'all know, if you go ahead and watch it, you might feel triggered or feel some sort of emotion, because it was just crazy. You know what I mean? Because it just felt like everything we knew about, like, Total, Craig Mack, and how nobody was getting their money, Day 26, you know what I mean? Like, boom, 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 boom. That's how it felt. Like a bomb that wouldn't stop exploding. You know what I mean? And it's one thing to have, I guess, lived through the time, right? Or to be hearing bits and pieces on the internet, but as a documentary, to just hear it back to back to back to back, and you going, yup, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, that did happen. You know what I mean? And it's just trippy how he got with Kim, how he got with Misa. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, y'all need to go ahead and check out the documentary. Especially if Netflix think they're going to pull it. If Netflix going to try to pull it, y'all need to go ahead and hurry up and watch it. Even though I'm sure some other outlet already has grabbed it. You know what I mean? So even if Netflix were to pull it, that's not going to stop people from being able to see it. But man, yeah, I watched all 4 and I was just like, sheesh. I had enough last night. I was like, that was enough. But yeah, it was just really trippy. Really trippy. Damn. And I'm interested to see how he will be when he gets out, because a lot of people that, like, commit crimes and go to jail, sometimes it could take people years to accept what they've done. Like, the level of accountability that people don't want to take when they do something, simply because they don't want to be looked at as the bad person. I know somebody who told me, he was like, right before he got out is when he accepted what he had done. But he was in denial the whole time he was there, for the most part. And like I said yesterday, most people don't need help being torn down. If anything, if your life is torn down, it's probably based off of the choices that you made. And you likely didn't need any assistance with that. But, like I said, accident ahead. But, damn. That's all I can really say to that. It was just really like, wow. And they kept on putting the same things up for when the episode starts and when the episode ends. It says, like, who Diddy is, what he was accused of, the charges that he was convicted of, the charges that got dropped, and then it says, what did it say? Oh, and then it says how much time he got, which is 50 months with including time served. And it's interesting because if 50's lawyer is gonna because apparently a camera was following Diddy around after he first got arrested. right? When he first got arrested, he didn't immediately like go to jail and was on trial. You know what I mean? Remember they came, raided his house and all this other stuff. They was doing that, and he kind of, you know, got missing a little bit. But he had cameras following him. So the question is, if it's a cease and desist coming, how did 50 get that footage? Who was the one that followed him around? How did 50 get that footage? I can only imagine. Well, he paid for it the same way Diddy paid for his footage, especially at for that hotel incident. And like we all know, and if y'all don't, Diddy did not get charged with what he did to Cassie. There was no domestic violence charges. But that, as we know, that tape was the catalyst to all the stuff that has gone on over the years. So that was the trigger point, you know what I mean, to set off all of this stuff. But, you know, she got her justice via check, via wire transfer, okay? As she should, okay? Because the statute of limitations was up. So she wasn't going to be able to get no justice in the courts, you know what I mean? So I had to do, you got to do a civil suit. You get your justice however you can get it, but more importantly, paid justice is the American way. That's how we do things in this country, whether we want to admit it or accept it or not. That's the way things are done. We live under capitalism. It's always about money, and pretending that it's not will keep anybody delusional about what things really are and how things really work. If I can't get criminal justice, I want monetary justice for sure. And that's not going to take away anything. It doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, I want a damn payday if I can. If you can't go into jail, I want to get paid for my pain and my problems that you cause. I want to get paid for it for sure. I don't have time for shame when it comes to that. Give me my money. I think that's what they were saying, how they said it, but that's what I'm saying too. Give me my money. But yeah, that was a trippy documentary. It was wild. It was sad. But yeah, anyway. So enough about that. Really quick. The Democrats in Tennessee did not win, even though it was like the margin was like 12. No, the margin was like 9 points. They didn't win, and of course, and so there, you know, it was a good performance, you know what I mean. But it still also points out that people are still willing to take an L if it means voting for a woman, if it means you think I'm not going to have something because of my skin tone. It just is what it is. And like I said, don't be under the impression that people are voting against their best interests. People are voting in their best interest. They are. They're not going against their interests. They're voting in their interest. And what we have to remember is people are voting, even if it's going to hurt them, their interest is that you get hurt. That's what people are interested. That's what people vote for. And that's how come even in Tennessee, with all that's going on, they couldn't flip that seat. But we only need 3 more seats now before we can win. So we'll see. We'll see if the momentum will stay through November, because that's what we have to wait until November. And so these people got all the way through November for people to either die or keep the political momentum going. Because they got I don't want to go over yet. They got some time to keep on, you know, trashing the country and continuing to make everybody's lives miserable. But, you know, listen, self-interest is not a joke. When you're interested in hurting people will do anything. I'm about to cross over all these lanes, y'all. Alright, so I made it so far. So unfortunately, I was late yesterday. I was 10 minutes late yesterday. Now I'm about to be, I guess, on time. Damn. Alright, I'm not going to stress. Normally, I would try to cut the line. Excuse me. Excuse me, I need to get by. But yeah, so I don't know. And in Georgia, here in Roswell, they was able to do another mayor, so that helps as far as, you know, we need. Listen, the Democrats is just the lesser of two evils. It's still people that don't want us to have shit, regardless. So we have to choose the lesser of the two evils because these are our only options. So even though you know that and you may not want to vote, you still need to vote. The number one reason you need to vote is because people died just so that we could have the right to vote. So it's giving exercise your right. Exercise your right and give a damn about the fact that somebody made it a point for you to have that right in the first place. Because that's the big thing. That's the biggest thing about it. You know what I mean? Most of us cannot imagine not being able to vote. You see what I'm saying? I can't imagine it. I know that for me. I can't imagine being told that I can't vote or I can't do this or I can't do that. And so knowing that people really risked their lives, died, beat down, holes down, all of that, just so I could get out there and cast a ballot, I'm casting my ballot every time. Every opportunity that I can, and I hope that you guys will do the same. It's important. Even if you feel like you're gonna, you know, I don't know. Me, personally, I plan to vote on my daughter's behalf from henceforth. Like, my interest is my daughter's interest. So no matter what she does, who she becomes, whatever she decides, however her life plays out, I will be voting to ensure her rights are in place. I will not be, my opinion won't, I don't have time for an opinion. I want my relationship with my daughter more than I want to vote for anything or that got anything to do with me. I've already lived my life, okay? My daughter is the one who has to be in this lifetime longer than me. And I will be voting to ensure that any rights that she could have, she will have. You know what I mean? So that's my best interest. You know what I mean? And it's a shame for a lot of people who did not, parents, family members who, you know, voted based on their opinion, based on their racism and their how they discriminate, stereotype people. They voted that way, and you got a whole, you know, group of people who are not going to have their rights, can't get married, can't get an abortion. Like, you don't, listen, I'm not getting pregnant, so I need my daughter to be able to get an abortion if she needs one. Okay? So that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. No matter how I might truly feel about it, she needs me and her and anybody else's daughter, for that matter, needs to be able to have the right to choose make their own choices for their body. And I will not be voting against that for any reason. I will not be doing that. And so, and that's just me, but that's just something in a perspective to think about. Who does this benefit if we not only make it a point to get out there and vote, but if we make it a point to get out there to vote so that everybody can have a little something, you know what I mean, of what they want and what they should be able to have. You know what I mean? Like, when is male birth control gonna happen? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd be voting on that in an instant. But again, you know, I advocate for women, and that's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? So I am a woman, and therefore I'm going to advocate for myself. First and foremost. You see what I'm saying? Like, my gender comes first. So, and that's just that. But, I don't know. You know what I mean? So we will see. And hopefully, like I said, the United States will be able to keep the momentum needed to flip these seats, because we try to only do 2 terms under this regime, under this tyranny. Okay? I ain't got time for tyranny, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's like, remember how, tyranny isn't that supposed to be for other countries? Aren't we supposed to watch other countries? But it's so crazy to be, as you get older, more mature, you read more, you listen more, you realize the United States always been like off the hook doing stuff. We always had on a Gucci belt. over our thrifted clothes. Always. And clearly that's not going to change. And it can't change because we ain't got no money. And the money we do got, we got to spend that. We got to make sure Israel has universal health care and that they, have free education. We got to make sure they have that. And now we got to make sure Argentina has that as well. That's not for us. No. We have to pay for our leverage. We don't just have leverage. We got to pay for it. You got to pay for it. I got to pay for it. But I ain't gonna lie, I already told y'all about my taxes. I immediately, as soon as they said, after they put us out, and they said, all right, y'all can come back, I said, grab me the W-4 form. I received it on Monday. Today's Wednesday. I received it on Monday. I put exempt, baby. I need my money up front. I will pay my federal taxes on the back end. I don't want a tax return. I want my money now. I want my money now. And so we'll see what happens for 2026 when it's time for taxes. For 2025 coming up, y'all gonna come up off them funds too. Yeah, they gonna come up off them funds too. Even though, oh my God, 30% of the IRS auditors quit yesterday. They quit. I said, oh, okay. See, because if the auditors are gone, then listen, then check it out. How much longer is it going to take for y'all to do my tax return / audit me or ask me questions? We shall see. We shall see. But anyway. All right, so I made it to work. Anyway, 7:53. Let me get inside. Oh yeah, you like this, girl? I got the dark blue one too. But anyway, I'm about to go. Y'all have a good day today. Today's Wednesday. Y'all have a good day today. Try not to let anybody piss you off. Don't let people piss you off. Okay, we got enough shit pissing us off. Let me tell you, if you watch that Diddy documentary, you're going to be pissed off. So we already got stuff already working to piss us off. So we're not going to let people at our job do that. Like I said, the goal is always to let the check clear and stay out of jail. That's the goal. Everything else can be figured out. I'm being real nosy. Seeing who getting out this big ass truck. I ain't never seen him before. But anyway, so, but yeah. Okay. So y'all have a good one. And I will probably see y'all, ooh. Y'all not gonna believe what I did on my schedule. Cause see, they're not gonna put me out again. And I'm not, if they do, I'm not gonna say they're not, cause that's in my mind, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But they put me out again. What I'm not going to do is leave any money on the table. And when I talk about money, I'm talking about sick leave and all the leave that I have. So needless to say, y'all, I will not be paying the 5 on Mondays and Fridays for the rest of this month. And for 2 weeks, I'm going to be out because I'm not leaving that money on the table. I will not even take the chance to leave that money on the table. I put my leave in yesterday and it got approved, and it had to be approved because it was like, I'm not going to be here. Like, I think they see the point. And so, that's that. But anyway, y'all have a good day today. I'll do the same. And that's that. I hope y'all drinking water because I am. It does a body good. They used to try to tell us milk do a body good, but it's like, no, the hell it doesn't. It be do a lot of times milk do your body dirty as hell. Okay, you be like, ooh, excuse me, I put your church finger up. Anyway, let me go. Y'all have a good one, and I'll do the same. Peace out.